But I feel like something like that would have been better if Billy was with Viv. Because this is a sister who he's kind of just now getting to know. He's not around her a lot. She's also got that like robot thing, inquisitive. Like she would want to know more about her brother, ask these type of questions. She is also gay, so she could be asking like just for herself. That was actually like a really cute thing in the Viv and Vision story, where they were fighting. Yes, where they were fighting, Ultron and Ultronica.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Another Relaunch. I am Shiro Yoshida, a.k.a. Sunfire.
Listen, Sunfire. I am Maka-Ana, Spider-Girl.
Oh, you do love that girl.
I do love her. I don't know why, because I do not like a power mimic. But It's just something about the niece. She really does it for me. She's great. We'll hear about a little bit more of her later.
Oh, okay. Shout out to her. I'm interested to see her get a little push over there. It's too many. I don't really get down with the spiders. It's too many of them over there. Most of them annoy me.
There is a lot of spiders, and like they are like multiplying nonstop. It is very scary.
It's too much. Anyway, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I was out with the gays last weekend, and I'm still kind of recovering from that. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Like,
can't hang?
I actually can hang, and I think that's the problem. Ooh. Like, yeah, the Gaga meme where she's like, playing bus, club, another club, no sleep, club, bus, another club. Like, that was the weekend. I tell all gay people, if you have never experienced a, like, DC Black Pride, I tell all gay black people, if you have never experienced a DC gay Black Pride, you should definitely do it at least once in your life. It is a very, very fun time. Don't get me wrong, there were some logistical issues with some of these clubs and the parties and things that were happening this weekend or that week, but I feel like it was such a sense of everybody genuinely just came out to have fun. I feel like there's a lot of things going on in the world right now. Like, a lot of people going through it. Everything is very, very expensive. And don't get me wrong, the girls were still spending money over the weekend. They were very adamant. I remember I heard somebody scream, DC, take my money. And I was just like, whoa, you need to calm down.
They are.
But, and they were. But genuinely, I think everybody just wanted to have a good time and, have fun, and that really flowed through the entire weekend. And there was so much to do. So it was if something was irritating you, you say, okay, pack up, let's move on to the next spot. Great time. But I'm very tired today. So we will. How are you doing?
I am good. Trying to get better with exercises and stuff, getting my body right. Other than that,
how's that going?
I'm good.
Are you doing anything different? Are you getting changing up your weights? Are you
mostly heavy? Just trying to do more cardio, and not that I dislike cardio, I just need to do more of it, and just being more consistent with my.
Are you what kind of cardio person are you? Do you like to run? Are you on the bike or are you on the elliptical?
I'm a runner.
Ooh, child, the knees.
They've gotten me through. Trust and believe.
Come on, stop your knees. That's what we like. We love to hear it.
They still holding on strong, so I run. I put them knees to work.
Well, that's great.
All right, but let's go ahead and get started with these updates of the week. Not too much going on, but one exciting thing that did come out was the X-Men 97 Season 2 trailer. And I have to go ahead and say, y'all, I liked it.
Yes, that's not shocking.
My obvious bias aside, for the people who obviously saw Lorna and hopefully thought of me. I did think it was a pretty solid trailer.
Yes, it did look. It was very
my
exciting.
biggest takeaway from the trailer was the release date.
Yeah.
So the release date is July 1st, which to me I think is awesome that they said, hey, go to trailer and it come out in a month. Like,
yeah, do love that. Let's not make the people wait. Don't give me something and then tell me it's actually coming out in 2 more years. Like, no, this is how it should be. You make it, you put it out.
And we've already been told that, they've been greenlit for season 4 and they've already been starting to work on it. So
Pixie will be leading the team season 4. You heard it here first.
Okay. We'll check it back in when we see that. I wonder if they will probably add more characters to these shows, right? I wonder if they're going to start writing people off and do it all that.
We'll see. I will say the only thing that kind of made me cringe during the trailer is hearing him say, we need to get the X-Men back to the 90s. It was like, oh my gosh, no, we done it. In that sentiment.
Yeah.
But
This should look cool though.
Great. Everyone looked great. The animation looked great. It looks like it was nice to see everybody using their powers. It looks like it's going to be a lot of action. It's going to be a hard I think it's exciting a lot of people. I think the storylines are probably appealed to me more also than they did in season 1. But I'm excited to watch. I'm trying to go into it with little expectations. I know a lot of people have been getting themselves upset because they don't see their favorite character or their favorite character doesn't seem as prominent as they should be or something like that. But I feel with these type of adaptations, you really have to remember they can change little things around. And then also, I do feel sometimes X-Men fans tend to have a problem where they think that their favorite character should be the one that has all the spotlight. And it's this is an ensemble type of environment. Everyone has to get a chance to shine at some point. Your favorite definitely come around, I'm sure.
I always feel sometimes people forget the structure of writing and how things were done. And I'm saying that to say that there are main characters, there are supporting characters, and then there's everybody else. And everybody can't be a main character. Everybody can't be a supporting character. These stories obviously will rotate people in and out, but I think they pretty much established who they were going to have as main characters, who they're going to be bringing in as support characters, and I'm sure things will evolve as they continue to go on. But this is not the first TV show ever created when we know how these things kind of work as far as the characters and who are the main characters and who they kind of bring on. So
I had a question for you in regards to Lorna. Seeing her in the trailer and her green hair in action, it made me wonder, do you have a preference of the type of green her hair is? Do you when it's very bright? Do you prefer a darker green for her? Is there a consensus among the Lorna fans? Is there something y'all argue about? Because hair color can be very important for some of these girls.
Hair color can be very important to the girls. It can be a thing. And like every other fandom, we over here arguing too. Some people prefer her hair to be the neon tennis ball green. Some people prefer it to be. Yeah, I know. Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
No.
Gross.
Who wants that?
Exactly.
Cut the cameras. That ass.
Exactly. Which is funny because I like it when her hair is that embezzlement green that you just referenced.
Oh, not the Nikki wig. That's crazy.
I like personally, I like when her hair is more like an emerald green. But I'm not mad at the show. It looks like the show has her hair
it's kind of light up, greenish, light up. I don't think
it looks like it I don't know.
I mean, it's very.
It looked
bright.
like at one point it kind of it's bright, yeah. But then there are moments where she's in her X Factor costume and it's not bright. I don't know.
Okay. Interesting. I think I don't know what.
I personally like it when it's green. There isn't a sway to either a more yellowish tint or a more bluish tint.
Just a pure green,
a pure green, yeah.
See, I get that. I think I would like that too. Interesting. Okay. I was just curious. Have they said anything about the hair? Like, are they like happy with the appearance? Because I feel like this is a very big Lorna appearance. Like, she has been in things before, but like Wolverine and the X-Men, I don't really like to count because she was just like the little sister who didn't do much there. And then The Gifted, which was very popular. She was the main character in that. But like, I don't necessarily know if I think that was the best Lorna portrayal. It was just like,
it was not
Lorna.
I like to kind of think of it as its own portrayal, really. I know a lot of people ended up resonating with that character, that version of Polaris, because they like made her bipolar and some other stuff on there. But I also think that character, that version of Polaris, became popular because people aren't going to go back to like the 80s and 90s to read Lorna comics. So people are going to watch whatever they can, and TV has a much bigger reach than comics. Yeah. But this, I think, will be even bigger than The Gifted, which will be interesting because,
I think
we talk about synergy, and we talk about the way that these things can kind of hit, which one thing I've talked about before about how sometimes synergy can be good and sometimes it can be bad. Like, 97 synergy is a perfect example of it. If you go back and watch the original series, Rogue said sugar like maybe 6 or 7 times. She didn't say it that often, but it became like her catchphrase. Yeah. Same thing with Gambit talking in the third person. Like, he only did that in the show, and he never did that in the comics, but now that's like, it's become a thing.
Talk about himself like that.
Yeah, it's truly become a thing. So I think that this show for Lorna will have a big impact as far as her character goes because it will reach such a wider audience. So I'm interested to see what they do for her. I hope they stay as faithful to the comics as they can.
I'm interested in Will. I do kind of like semi-agree with your point about the reach, and like I think this will definitely show a lot more people what Lorna is because 97 is popular. But I think, and I said this before, I feel like when the first season ended, I'm very curious to see what like the general reception of this show is when we no longer have like this is the sole X-Men content. I feel like for a very long time, X-Men, the original series, in X-Men Evolution and Wolverine the X-Men, obviously they've been the big X-Men cartoons, but like the original animated series is the one that's really stuck through the strongest and informed a lot of people because it was the only one that was like as big and as good as it was, and it was really true to the comics. 97 is obviously a big thing because we haven't had it in a long time, but like the MCU is coming. Are people still going to think like 97 should be kind of, I guess, the mold for the characters or the status quo for the characters after we have like 4 MCU X-Men movies or like 3 live action TV shows? Like, yes, Lorna in 97 is going to be this thing that's going to make people know of her as like X Factor and this powerful girl, but then when she pops up in the MCU, is that one going to supersede what they do in 97 and that becomes the popular version? Or I'm just curious.
That's an interesting thing that you bring that up because I have thought about that. Obviously, because I think this is really going to have a big impact on Polaris and her character. I think that this will be like the new groundwork for a lot of characters. Like, this will be the baseline for them, the way that the original series was. How long did people talk about how weak Jean was because of that original show? Yeah.
And it's something like that.
Right.
Like, that's what I think about. So it's like we've always seen, heard, or known about Jean as like the weak girl. They make jokes about her. But it's like once Sadie Sink pops up in the MCU, like, will people even still care about Jean being weak in the cartoon?
I think the Jean being weak thing started to shift with 97. Like, yes, she was weak, and they were still coming out with the live action movies. And I think that people were still talking about Jean being weak because I don't think that the live action movies did that great of a job showcasing how she could be different than the animated series. But 97 came out, and that was the version that did have her doing a lot more with her power. She wasn't fainting. They even showed her having the Phoenix Force and stuff like that. So I guess think
that has shifted. Will it shift to something again when her MCU version, I guess, is what I'm curious. Again, I guess I'm just curious to know, like, what, like, I guess I'm just curious to know like
who got the heaviest weight, who gonna have the biggest impact. Yeah,
like we'll just see. But I guess, and again, I always say a lot of the things that I think people love about X-Men 97. Not that it's necessarily a terrible show, but it's like we just don't have a lot of X-Men content. We have been like starved for it for a very, very long time. We are now about to enter that MCU phase of the mutants and the X-Men, and they're popping up in games all over the place. It's about to be a big thing. So it's going to be like, oh, okay, like yes, this was great. However, we've now realized it's not the pinnacle of all it is. Will we get like another X-Men? Oh, we do get some more X-Men cartoons. But like, if we get another X-Men cartoon, like, are they going to adapt things better? Will that give the Emma Frost fans what they want? And they'll start saying that this is actually the best show in the world.
I hope so.
They are not happy.
Because they are not happy. And I don't think that Lorna took anything from that lady. I also don't think that it's fair that all of a sudden it's a problem if a character has someone else's storylines when 90% of Rogue's stories all came from Colossus. So like, and y'all love her in the show. So like, I don't think that that's really fair. But at the same time, I also personally, just based off this trailer, I don't think that Emma is not in the show. We obviously saw like a quick glimpse of her in it. I also think that she might potentially be given a better reason for joining the X-Men than in the comics, because in my opinion, in the comics, she joined after her Massachusetts Academy. She got those kids killed. However, she like really started to become seen as an X-Men when she was Cyclops' girlfriend. I think that the 97 show will have her not be his girlfriend, and she is coming to join the X-Men to replace Xavier, who's like off gallivanting in space or like through time. Someone needs to, do it for the children, as she likes to say. I think that is where her entry into like the X-Men storyline and everything will be. Less through a man and actually through her means of character.
That would be nice.
At least that's what I think.
I mean, I think that would
I don't know. It was something about the look on her look on the trailer where she like, it looked like she was watching something on the TV. And I don't know. To me, she looked like she was giving a very nasty look. Like, oh, they aren't doing something as well as I could be doing it, so I'm going to go off and do it. And
it could be like a Massachusetts Academy type of situation. Did she do that in the original cartoon? I can't remember.
Yes. I think so. Like I think there was a mention of her having an academy.
Okay.
I know.
That could be the thing. We'll see. Maybe we'll see Monet and Sync and all of them. Or no, Monet popped up in the trailer. So the kids Polaris are getting. But I'm saying they go to the Massachusetts Academy.
Right. I don't. I think that they're going to be at the Xavier school. Okay, okay, y'all. This is what I think for Lorna. Mm-hmm. From this trailer, from my guess, I think that Lorna left X Factor because like she isn't really trusting any of that. I think based off of the original series where she was an X-Man, and we even see that in this trailer now where they have pictures of her like of her time with the X-Men before. Shout out to them for that, because it made me realize that I like the 06. It's the 07 that I didn't like, which means like they could have stopped at Lorna. Uh-huh. They didn't really have to like add havoc. But according to the original series, she was with the X-Men. She got injured on a mission. She left with Iceman to like, go be happy or whatever. Then she left him to go join X Factor because she wanted to like go and help mutants. She wanted to use her powers to help mutants. I think that now in this series, what's the lady's name that runs X Factor?
Valerie Cooper.
Valerie Cooper. I think she's nasty still, like as we saw from the previous season. And Lorna is like, I don't want to get down with that. So she leaves, goes to find the X-Men, and all this stuff is happening. The X-Men are gone. She goes and sees that they're gone, but she wants to help. When she gets to the X-Mansion, the kids are dealing with danger. She comes in, helps the kids with danger. She's like, oh my gosh, kids, I'm not finna stay here, stay with y'all. Emma could come do it. Emma comes and stays with them. She goes off and joins X Corp, and that's where we see Lorna like gallivanting around with Bishop, and like doing X Corp stuff.
Interesting.
And a costume that she did not have in the comics, which if you are a fan like me, you will notice that they gave her the same jacket that she has on her Krakoa jacket now. They just changed it to yellow. I'm not mad at it because it's cute.
The Krakoa jacket was nice.
Yeah. But that's my prediction for Lorna.
Well, I'm excited to see. I think it'll be nice. I think it'll be fun to have her and Bishop together. I feel like they don't get a lot of like comic time, even though they've been around each other for a while. So I'm curious to see how they'll play that relationship up and like what they'll do. And him just kind of being a little bit more in the mix and like, I got to be the one to go get the X-Men. That should be very exciting. And then seeing everybody else like doing what they're doing. I'm ready. Also love Apocalypse, so can't wait to see him.
Really do love Apocalypse. I think this is really cool. I thought it was cool to see like all of his back history, as far as like the celestial tech that he gets and the Kang stuff, or the Ramatut stuff, I should say. I think that's all kind of really cool.
He's gonna be hot. He's a great like just character. It's gonna be exciting to see. Hopefully they do it pop it. So
definitely one of my favorite villains. Top 4,
and it's I think 1 for me, but
that's right.
Also, it's only 9 episodes, people. So temper your expectations a little bit.
Which is wild that they went down an episode for this season.
That's the world we live in, unfortunately.
Hopefully the episodes are longer.
Maybe season 3 or 4 will be 8. No, season 3 will be 8, and then season 4 will be 6.
It's definitely gonna be 6. You know how they do.
Like, just temper your expectations now, okay? Like, I felt like the first season moved kind of quickly already, so it's like, we about to get through this, and we have to hit a bunch of different.
Do you think that they're doing the Brood saga?
Were the Brood in the trailer? I don't remember.
Yes. So during the trailer, there's a moment where Wolverine, when Wolverine, he does that moment where the cover of his was it Wolverine number 1?
Oh yeah,
issue. And he says like,
I did see that.
Yeah, and Morph like changes into Deadpool in front of a Brood.
Deadpool, yeah.
And I want to say I'd have to go back and watch the original series, but I think in like the background of one of the Weapon X episodes or like something like that, we may have seen a Brood in like a jar or something, like a vat or something. And I think this may be like an Easter egg following up on that.
They're coming back.
Yeah, but I wonder if that is happening.
I'm down with it. I love the Brood. They're easy to fight. I know some people like to fight for the space cockroach rights, but I'm not one of them.
Me neither. And that would also make sense as we see Storm like manipulating cosmic storms. And we know she does that
for that
in the Brood saga.
Yeah.
So I wonder if she's taking out an army of Brood. I don't know. She got to fight something. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It won't be too long in 2, so
Yeah, it's right around the corner.
Check us back in like a month, and then we'll be talking about the show.
Yeah.
And that note, let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll come right back.
All right, cool. All right, welcome back, everyone, to another week of comics. And it was a really big week this week. Like, shout out to the people. Everything was out. And some really great ones. Yes, Wonder Man was out too. It was really exciting. So let's get into it really fast. Let's do a couple quick shots really quick. So the Amazing Spider-Man Spiderversity #2 came out. Now that was what I was talking about earlier that has Spider-Girl in it.
I'm sorry. It is just really shocking to hear you talk about a Spider-Man.
I know what you're about to say. I know. I already have this preset. Like I already knew what you were going to say. I already have calm down. Be calm. I like Spider-Woman, I like Anya Corazon, and I like Spider-Girl. And I like Miles a little bit too, I guess. And all 4 of them are in this.
4 out of 7 of the Spider-People. That's a lot.
there's actually like, and I guess Miguel, Spider-Man 29. So that's that's the top 5. Those are my 5 out of like the hundreds of them that there are. But like also Spider-Woman, it's really funny that she's in this book because, she's never really been affiliated with Spider-Man before. Right. Like she's just a woman who has the Spider-Man or Spider-Woman costume on. But regardless, those 4 characters are in this book, and so I was like, I'm going to stick with the first 5 issues to at least like keep track of them and see what's going on. And it's been pretty interesting. Osborn is starting up his like spider school where he's got all of them there. They're like living in this fake dorm now. The whole issue is kind of them like going through this training mission that he actually puts Spider-Boy through it, but it becomes like dangerous because he takes like the safety parameters off. So like all the other Spider kids jump in. Jessica takes Norman out. She's basically letting him know like, I know you're up to something funny. Like I'm watching you. Do. Really interesting stuff. I like those 4 Spider characters. I think like if you are interested in them, like they're fine. Spider-Gwen and Silk are also in the book, and Spider-Boy, they don't really move me as much, but like it's fun. Perry Perez is on art. It's got, decent. I think if you like any of them and you want to check it out, or you like the Spider people in general, check it out so far. Lost Fantasy 10 came out. It was a giant size issue. It's excellent. Monsters, demon fighters. I told you like the last issue was the big war. Everybody was getting attacked. We're now recouping from that. We're getting ready for the counterattack. It's hot. Everyone go pick up this book. Get into it. Yeah. Generation X-23 number 4 continues to just be a really good, solid time. I think if you like Laura, it's great for her. She is just kind of being like a detective, like she's being Wolverine. Some of the other experiments, they all get kidnapped, and Laura basically is like on the hunt trying to track them. It's actually like a really fun moment in the book. Gabby is one of the kids that gets kidnapped with them, and she puts a cut on her wrist and like pops a hole in the truck that they're in. So like she lets her blood leak out so Laura can like track that. And the kids are talking to her. They're like, is that safe? Because they've been hit with power suppressors. She's like, oh, yeah, I did it right before the power suppressor kicked on. They're like, well, girl, if you don't got a healing factor, are you going to bleed out and die? And she's just like, sit there. She's like, oh, I didn't think about that. Because like her whole thing was like, she doesn't feel pain. She's like, I don't get it. She's like, it doesn't hurt because that's how all the clone sisters, they don't feel pain. So she's like, oh, it's fine. I'm okay. They're like, no, girl, you might die. And she's just like, oh, yeah, she doesn't die, though. So shout out to that. Wiccan and Hulkling, Raid of Ultron came out. Now, this was Marvel's Pride special. I know it is not Pride Month yet, technically, but it did come out now. It was fine. Honestly, as I was reading this book, it really made me feel like it's something that should have come out when Hulkling and Wiccan first got married. It's really just them dealing with a bunch of the family members, and they're talking about like they don't want to be like a boring married couple. They're like, oh, is this going to become us? Is this going to happen? It's like, well, no. It's like y'all have been married for a very long time now. It's like nothing that you've really been doing has been in the realm of boring. You've been a space king. He was your magician consort. Like now you guys are back on Earth. Wiccan just fought the Baba Yaga. They're living in her magical house, traveling around, doing all this stuff. So I don't know. I just feel like the issue could have been used for like a little bit like deeper connections between some of the characters. I will say though, there was a Viv and Vision story in this book. Amazing. Oh. They introduced a new character called Ultronica. Basically, Ultron created a daughter. And like she's really into like American like culture. Like she's dressed up like she's like got her cell phone. She's talking about she want to go to the mall, but like she's technically now Vision's sister. So Viv has an aunt. So like that was really cute and fun. I would actually hope she pops back up again in the future. I think it was a missed opportunity. I would have liked to see some other relationship like Vision and Wiccan or Vision and Speed. I think he doesn't really have enough time with them, so I would have liked to see that. I even would have liked to see the thing about the Wiccan and Speed story in particular made me realize two things. One, I do not like Speed. I'm sorry. I just find his character like very, very annoying, and like this really like showed me why. And a big part of that is like the entire Billy and Speed segment. Speed is just like asking him all these questions like, oh, what do you and Hulkling do for dinner? Like who cooks? Who does this? Who cleans? And it's like, hey, I get that they don't always have a lot of time together, but Tommy has been around long enough where he should kind of know some of these basic answers. It really felt like it was for the reader, like just to like give you a quick update on like all the household things and like how they are in their married relationship. But I feel like something like that would have been better if Billy was with Viv. because this is a sister who he's kind of just now getting to know. He's not around her a lot. She's also got that like robot thing, inquisitive, like she would want to know more about her brother, ask these type of questions. She is also gay, so she could be asking like just for herself. That was actually like a really cute thing in the Viv and Vision story, is where they were fighting off. Yes, where they were fighting, Ultron and Ultronica, and like Vision was talking to her, and he's like, you seem kind of distant. He's like, why didn't you bring your companion? He was like, I was like excited to meet her, and Viv was like, I only didn't bring her because I didn't know how you'd react, and so it was like a cute little moment between them, and I was like, oh, this is nice. And then they said they were gonna go pick her up, but she didn't appear. I need to go back and check, but I think the companion is Riri. Ironheart?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in those Champions, in the Champions books, I definitely feel like I remember them kissing, or like Viv kissing her, and it was like a thing. I don't know if that's still supposed to be the companion or where it went, but I definitely like remember that. So that could be a cue. All in all, like again, I think it was fine. I think like it did what it needed to do in terms of just showing you Billy and Teddy are married and like this is their family. But I think like it is kind of a missed opportunity to do some other stuff. Psylocke Ninja came out this week as well. This was the thrilling conclusion, issue number 5, and let me tell you, baby, they tore it up. Psylocke and Elektra were like kicking butt. It was love, bonding, trust, sisterhood. A really great just like flashback mini that added a lot to the history of both of them, gave them some really like deep connections that I hope somebody is able to pull the strings on for like a present day story. They now are like connected by a rose that was really cool. And it also really made me realize that Betsy, Wolverine, and Jubilee, they were... No, yeah. So, like, one of the things that happened throughout the story was when Betsy and Elektra connected with the ultimate intimacy, she saw a bunch of her memories, and like in the memories, she smelt the rose from what time that Matt gave Elektra one, and so that's kind of been like their theme
ultimate
throughout
intimacy.
every issue. Yes.
A rose?
You know about the ultimate sense. Ultimate. You get it? You see it? You hear it? You feeling that? It's
I'm
there.
thinking, I'm sensitive.
That's what it is. And like, even in this issue, there's this scene where they're fighting against like the Hand and like the Snake Root clan, and like Matsuo has Betsy like hanging off a cliff, and it makes him think back to that old lady and when he kicked her off, and he's like, I brought you back to life, I kept you alive, like just give me what I want, tell me that you're that lady. And Betsy's like, absolutely not. And she like takes over his mind. She makes him see the fall, and he lets her go. But like while he's letting her go, Elektra suddenly comes and catches her. And she's like, I just have to put my trust in a woman. And it's like, ooh, we love that. So really just an excellent, like great issue. But it did make me realize that like Betsy, Wolverine, and Jubilee in particular, they were in Madripoor for maybe like, I don't know, like 2-3 weeks.
A day and
like
a half.
after the whole thing. They did so much while they were there. There have been so many stories just about them in Madripoor, like on some mission. They never got to sleep. Okay, it was always something going on, and I really love that for them. I think they should continue to do that. I would actually love to see those 3 revisit Madripoor for some reason today. Like, I don't know what it is about that time, but it really seems to resonate with people. So, excellent. And then just, oh my gosh, I had a lot of books this week. And then Zatanna number 2 is my last quick shot. Again, another fantastic issue. We see Zatanna like really knocking into her role as the prime magus. She is running around trying to find out what's going on with this plague spirit. We get a guest appearance from Papa Midnight. He is an occult and voodoo user in DC Comics. He's typically popped around in like a lot of Constantine stuff. We see Zatanna in Memphis. She's dealing with other spirits trying to find out what's going on. We also have the Department of Extra Normal Affairs and Operations, they're also trying to get the plague spirit from Zatanna. There's a lot of like things happening at the same time, but Jamal Campbell's paneling, his pages, his dialogue, it's so perfect, it's so good, it's like, it's so exciting, and it's just like, this is what you want to see. There was this really fun moment with Zatanna and Papa Midnight where they're talking about something, and he's kind of giving her a lot of like guff, and she's like, so did you come all this way to get your ass beat? and he's like, calm down, witch. And it's like, it's like, oh, this is what I like the tension, like it's fun. At the end, towards the end, like
that's one of my favorite like shady moments is when a non-magic user calls a magic user witch. Yeah,
like,
they look so offended.
Watch those W words. Watch those, you know. But like towards the end of it, like the DEO, they are trying to get the plague spirit from Zatanna. So it's funny, you know, that scene that happened in the series where they shot her and she caught the bullet with her teeth. They try and do that again, but like she catches the bullet again, but this time they've like enchanted the bullet. So like when she tries to destroy it, it explodes, so it still kind of takes her out. And it's like that's the type of storytelling I love, because it's like it shows that like the people are learning, because we tried this once before and it didn't work, and we tried it again, so we had a backup plan. And it's like that's the way your villain should be. It's like it's just really, really good, really great stuff. The books this week were great. Check them out. Let's talk about our big book of the week, Wonder Man.
Yes. So Wonder Man #3 came out, and this was written by Jerry Dugan, and the art, let me get the name right, Farhad Karami. And I have to say, I really do enjoy the art.
He was the artist for Avengers for a while, wasn't he? Jim McKay's run?
Yes. Yeah, it's been the Jim McKay run.
I feel like he kept posting all the T'Challa butt panels.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. He is down to give someone a nice ass, which he definitely does in this book with Wonder Man. So, quick recap. In this run, Wonder Man's got this friend, Randolph, who he used to know from when he was in prison. They are both out in Hollywood, like trying to make it as actors. Randolph has a agent and a manager. The manager was this girl who we found out he was fucking on the side, but she like ended up dead in a ditch in Wonder Man's car. They're blaming Randolph for it. Hellcat is on the case because she thinks Randolph is involved in it. We see that someone has sent an assassin after Randolph. He gets saved by Wonder Man. Then the Spot comes, kills the assassin, and then is going to kill Randolph. But lucky enough, that was where the last issue ended. This issue opens up. Wonder Man is like, all right, I know how to get to where, because Randolph was back at Simon's house, and Simon was at a police station. Simon's like, all right, I know how to get to my place, fly fast enough where I don't burst any windows, because I don't want to have to deal with any tickets from LA, which I think is great. Shout out to Jerry Dugan for like being the writer for the series. I think he is a very solid like Wonder Man writer. He really has his voice down. Okay. And I think that is also due to him understanding like LA and like LA culture and the things that go on out here. And
the writers write what they know. It does shine through.
It helps a lot. So we do see a lot of those LA moments and from Wonder Man, which I think are really cool. He meets up with Spot. They have this really cool fight. Wonder Man gets half his body cut in half, and they're in like Spot's. I don't think it's the Dark Force that he uses. Wherever kind of world he uses to transport, they're in that spot, and he's like,
"It's not the Dark Force." I remember you talked about that before, and I looked it up, and it was not the Dark Force. It's just like some trans-dimensional thing like that. He's not on the list.
Okay, so we won't put him on the list. His Spot world is where they're fighting, and Wonder Man has half his body cut in half, and the Wonder Man again explains his powers, which are cool. He says, like, you know, I am an ion battery. Like, let me explain this to you. And he calls out Spot. He's like, you're a scientist. You should know how my body works, which I thought was really fun. They come back into the main world. Spot gets away, and we see that, like, on the news now, there's been this body cam footage of when Wonder Man was at the police precinct trying to go and help Randolph, but it looks like he was the one that killed the assassin that the Spot killed. So, like, people are like, oh, is he becoming a villain again? Are the Avengers going to, like, be the ones to take care of this? People aren't really happy with Wonder Man. Wonder Man takes Randolph and Hellcat to the West Coast Avengers campus because he's like, all right, maybe I can hide out here. This is where things get crazy. Wonder Man shows up to the West Coast Avengers campus, and Killer Watt is there talking to Randolph's agent. He's like, oh, yeah, I think we did great on that Darkhawk audition. Like, you probably gonna get a call back. Wonder Man is like, wait, you mean that Darkhawk audition me and you worked on together where we filmed it? That was ours. Killer Watt, I guess, turned it in, and the studios loved Killer Watt. They want to call him back, but like they just liked Wonder Man. So like Simon's like, I don't really like that, but whatever. I got to keep moving. Then we've come to find out, which I think is really cool. The reader learns that the agent that's been helping Killer Watt is the one who's been sending the assassin and Spot around to get Randolph. We see him have this secret phone conversation away from everybody else. They have no idea, which I think is interesting that we're going to see that all kind of come to a head. Later, Hellcat and Simon do have a conversation where they have something off to the side and they kiss and have a moment where, Hellcat is like, hey, I think we are missing something here. There's something that we're not paying attention to. And Simon's, like, there's something I could pay attention to. And she's like, no, it's like, he's like, no, there's something like it's on the tip of my tongue. And Simon says, I can help you find it. And then they make out.
Oh, that boy was starving.
They make out, and then after they make out, who shows up? Spot, because of course he's got to come and finish the contract. But they are at Simon's house. Grim Reaper, his brother, is also there. They start fighting. There's this really cool moment where Wonder Man does this cool like ionic thunderclap thing, which I thought was really cool. Hellcat even helps out with her little whip.
Does she use her psychic powers? They have this.
Say again?
Does she use her psychic powers in this?
She does not. And if we're going to make this a thing, which I don't think it will make it outside of this run, I don't think it'll be used outside of this mini. It might. Who knows? I don't know if another writer will like pick up this romance between the two of them. But if it does, I wouldn't mind her being like more mystical, I guess.
I mean, that's what she has. Like, she has the psychic abilities and she has like some mystical sense. She's able to sense like demons and see spirits and things like that because of her time in hell. I'm shocked that if like there's like a murder plot going on, like I'm shocked that hasn't come up a little bit more. Yeah, that was basically like the thing in her miniseries. It was like people were dead, and so she was like trying to figure out what it was.
That would be cool if they brought that up. How she could maybe see spirits or something. I don't know, spirit vision, something. Make her cooler if she's gonna stick around with Simon. They have this fight with the Spot, and the way the Spot uses his powers, he opens a spot on Simon's chest while Grim Reaper is about to throw his scythe at Spot. The scythe goes through Spot, then it goes through Wonder Man, and ends up killing Grim Reaper. So that's where the issue ends. Hellcat is sitting there shocked. Simon's like, I recognize that you're not like from LA, and it takes like a year to adjust to LA, but please call an ambulance. And then the issue ends. I thought it was a fantastic issue. I think Dugan has a really great voice for Simon. My one problem I think I have with this issue, and maybe a lot of the kind of solos that I've been reading overall, is that they feel so small. And I don't know if that's because of their being told that they're a miniseries or if that's just the choices of the writers. But similar to like the Rogue series that I talked about that ended last week, like it feels like these could be like the start of an ongoing, but then we maybe explode into something bigger. But because we aren't doing that, this ends up feeling so small. Where this would be a great way to kick off his ongoing. But I would hope from here we'd be able to get into the Count Nefarious and more LA stuff going on and other things.
Oh, is Count Nefarious his villain?
Yeah, they both ionic beings.
I've only ever seen Count Nefarious when he showed up in Bendis' Moon Knight.
Oh yeah, he tends to be kind of like a whatever villain for people. His daughter is Madame Mask.
She's a queen. I did know that. I'm trying to think. Maybe he did pop up with something else. No, I guess the most prominent thing I think of him from is Bendis' Moon Knight. And I remember, like, why is he here? But I was like, I guess that makes sense if he fights Wonder Man. That's why he's in L.A., because Mark was in L.A. at the time. Mark also should have shown up in this.
Too good.
I would have loved them to. They kind of did in a flashback, but it was a flashback to that time they fought. I would have liked them to have more of a reconnection now, considering both of those characters have evolved so much to where they were.
Or maybe he even pops up in Moon Knight and he can bring Hellcat around. They can have like a double date with their cat girlfriends.
Now, you realize what you said. That would solidify this.
I know. It's fine. Whatever. I've already accepted it. Like, the art of them is too good. Like, I see a page of Moon Knight and Tigra almost every single day now. It's disgusting. But I don't know, when you have a really good run like this that's making an impact on people, and this is the relationship that's in there, that's what's going to run away with people. And it's crazy because, again, Mark is not a good man to her, people.
Ain't he cheating?
Like,
what happened to the lady?
He's tried to multiple times. Every time one of his exes pops up, he's like, I'll leave with you. And they be like, aren't you dating the cat lady? And he's like, I'll leave with you. Like, you know, like, but whatever.
I thought he was going to be the father that stepped up, but whatever.
That's what she need to go do, take care of her baby. But they can go on a date. They should reconnect. Mark assignment. It'll be fun.
You know, or you know, I could see maybe Moon Knight cracking a joke if they don't wake up like, oh, you know, you couldn't handle a cat lady or something like that. But I do think they should rekindle their friendship, like in the current time. But overall, I would give this issue, honestly, a 3.5 out of 5. I think it was definitely my favorite one so far. And honestly, this run has been a very solid, like, Wonder Man run. I could see this being something you can point to say if you want to know who Wonder Man is currently now. Yeah, a fun Simon story. It's just not big enough. But it seems to me that these like solo mini series just
aren't big enough.
They aren't that big in general. So
we'll see. Maybe it'll do good, and there will be like a follow up. Like, I feel like Marvel was going through that kind of, I guess I don't know how to phrase it, but like everybody was getting 3 books. It was like you got the first one, you got a second one, then you got like a final one to kind of like tell a story. I wonder if they will try and do something like that with him. Or maybe he'll pop up on a new Avengers team. You know, Armageddon is happening soon. And that is supposed to be like a big shakeup of everything going on. And then we could see that might be something for him to pop up in a new book, like come fall time.
That's right. I forgot about Armageddon. That is coming up soon. And I think the Avengers are going to have a big shakeup coming out of that.
Yeah.
You know, I would like him to finally be on our main team. But it feels to me that he is so ingrained in the West Coast that, and the Avengers are such an East Coast thing that I don't know if he'll be able to really join the.
Maybe it's time to change it up. We can't keep thinking about how it used to be. What people thought was popular at one time doesn't still have to be popular today.
That's T. That means that we need more teams on the West Coast. So, on that note, let's go ahead. What you going to say?
No, I was going to say I agree.
You know what? Let's go ahead and take a break.
Cool.
Welcome back, y'all, to the watch section of the show. And this week we watched, or I should say rewatched, Captain America: Brave New World. Now, we were actually
Captain America field.
We were off of air while this was coming out, so we didn't watch it then. Now we're talking about it now. You know, it's been some time since this did come out. This came out in 2025.
Yeah.
This was released February 11th, 2025. This was directed by Julius Ona, who I believe
did Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Did Falcon and Winter Soldier. The story was by Rob Edwards, Malcolm Spellman, and Dallin Musan. And, you know, it's starring Anthony Mackie, Danny Ramirez, Harrison Ford. I feel like they played in his face. By him, I mean Captain America. Sam mostly specifically. Like,
how do you feel like they played in his face? Let me know. Talk to me.
Okay. So at the time when this movie first came out, this was like, I think like the first movie going back into the MCU, I think at the time. Like if I recall, there was maybe like a bit of a break before this.
It wasn't
like the last one was like, yeah, it wasn't a lot going on. Like I think the last movie before this one was Wolverine, Deadpool and Wolverine. So yeah, I think it had been a while since the movie came out. I can't remember. But either way, I was excited to see kind of where this was going, because the summer before I was at Comic-Con and they showed us like the scene and showed how like Adamantium was going to be introduced and all that stuff. Really cool. Now, so the movie comes out and I remember being very kind of like blah about it, like, oh, okay, whatever. And now having rewatched it now, I still feel blah about it, but like now I feel like they played in his face, because this could have been a lot differently than what we were given. And I feel like a lot of this was just not a lot of Sam Wilson. Like it was, I feel like, and again, I don't know. You would have to correct me. This is your fave. So like, I don't really know exactly if this does feel like him as far as like the story goes, but everything to do with like the Hulk and the Red Hulk brought this movie down. It did not need to be involved in it at all. I would have preferred to have done a lot more like Captain America stuff and touched base on Sam and done more of like that world than this focus on Red Hulk and like the leader and like trying to make that important. And I completely understand Harrison Ford will forever be legendary. You are always going to be Han Solo. You know, you are always going to be raiding them arcs. Indiana Jones. But like, this was obviously the biggest like stunt casting, and this was the biggest like glaring. This movie was made by like Gen X ever, because like, I'm sorry, Harrison Ford ain't like selling tickets like that to something now. And it seemed like he was shoved in there as like this, like, oh look, Harrison Ford is here, but like, who cares? It was very unfortunate and sad that the actor who originally played Thaddeus Ross passed away, but I did not think that you need to fill in that role with Harrison Ford, who like, I don't know, he just seemed like he was just like reading his lines when he was there. And I don't know, I felt like it was something that really kind of bogged this movie down.
Okay.
And then Lil Israel, she also kind of like,
yeah, Little Israel, she was a problem. Interesting. I like the movie. I thought it was great. I had a fantastic time. I loved seeing Sam and Joaquin build their relationship. I loved seeing him go visit Isaiah and everything that was going on with that. I thought it was super
Isaiah's
cool.
Great.
Like when he was like having his little moment where he was possessed, and he had to like running out, he was trying to get away, and they were still showing that like he was strong and all that stuff. But then when he came to it, he was like, don't mess up my suit. I thought that was super heartbreaking and sad. I love Sam's like stunts in the movie. This whole thing of him like where they're fighting towards the end, and he's like going against the plane and he's surfing on the missile, and like Joaquin's being effective in his suit. That was fantastic. Little Israel, she was definitely a problem. She should not have been in the movie. She looked out of place. She did not look good in whatever suit they tried to put her in, and you can tell that they wanted her to be a bigger part of the movie, and then the backlash was like no, so they cut a lot of her out, so her inclusion just felt really random and out of place. Who should have been in the movie was Zosha, the young lady who was playing the security guard for Thaddeus Ross. And she should have actually been Misty Knight, so we could start the process of getting Sam and Misty together in the MCU, because I do not want that Simone lady back. I'm sorry. I do not care about you people who like her and the Daughters of the Dragon. They were terrible. Just like that Iron Fist man. I don't want her back. No. It should have been Zosha. She should have been Misty Knight. That should have been the start of Nightcap. We should have been putting those wheels in motion. They actually should probably like retcon it or do something. I don't know. Like get it together. Did they say
she was undercover or something? No.
She was undercover. Boom. Like let's bring the doll back. She looked great. The whole scene where Harrison Ford was like first turning into Red Hulk in front of everybody at the White House. He was getting so mad and frustrated, and all the secret agents, they like turned their guns on him, and it was like, "Are y'all about to shoot the president?" And then they started shooting. I was like, I was like, "This is a threat," and they're going to take it down. Sam and like Hulk fighting all up and through Haynes Point, which is the location that they flew to, and him like twirling him around and cutting him with the wings, and then building up the kinetic energy in the wings, like boom, blasting him back. Like I'm not trying to kill you, I'm just trying to knock you down. Like fantastic. I do agree that I didn't necessarily need the inclusion of the leader. I think that was very much like them just trying to put a little bit too much dip on the chip. But I also get like you have to try and find some quote unquote reason for this man to be like getting mad and doing all of these things.
I gotta look this lady up. But why is the daughter important?
I was about to say Elizabeth Taylor. Liv Tyler.
Yeah.
I mean, she's his daughter. She's Betty Ross.
But I guess that was the thing that really clicked it down for me, because at the beginning of this movie, we see Harrison Ford like down and sad, basically, that his daughter isn't answering his calls. And like we see that pretty much throughout this entire movie, that she's not answering the phone. They're trying to make it seem like this lady is just so important. Who is she? Like,
she's his daughter.
I know that part. I'm saying Liv Tyler. That's the actress.
The Queen? Are you crazy? Let me tell you something. Liv Tyler is an absolute legend, all right? We will not disrespect the Queen. That was the other thing about this movie. They got my mother out the house because she walked away from acting years ago and like to focus on her kids, and so she don't come outside. Not only did they get
that was why this was a big deal then.
Yeah.
Oh, so she was about her wings.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's the only thing I know her from, though.
Did you ever see also Armageddon? Michael Bay movie, Ben Affleck? Yes, that's the daughter. She's Bruce Willis' daughter in the movie.
I don't remember that.
Liv Tyler is a legend, all right. But yes, like the Queen, she retired from acting a very long time ago. She's like just been focusing on her kids and like living a very quiet life. So they got that lady on screen, filming lines, doing prep, and she came to the premiere. She don't come outside. Loved it. Sorry, I had a great time at the movie. Sorry if you guys didn't enjoy it. Sorry if whatever. I had my fun. I do agree that they play in Sam's face a lot when it comes to the MCU and just like his role and like what he does and where he is. However, I think that's just kind of like what the MCU does to a lot of their like minority and marginalized people. We've seen how these last few phases have gone. Photon, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, like the people are not good to them. So like it's a problem, absolutely, but I don't think it's like a specific Sam problem. Like I know a lot of people that be like, oh my God, Sam got the title, and then they just like pushed him to the back. He don't get to do nothing. Nobody gets to do nothing. As you can see, the Russos are coming back, and who are they putting back into play? Like that's just what that is. But like when he does get stuff, I enjoy it. And I don't know, maybe I don't know. It could be biased, but like I genuinely did like have a lot of fun with the movie. Again, Little Israel was a problem. She never should have been in it. Like Sam don't even know that lady in the books. Like I don't know why she's here. This is what we were talking about.
It's because
people always trying to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. The wheel's already here. But whatever. The point is, Misty should have been in the movie.
I love that that's the point. I did enjoy a lot of the action scenes in this movie. I did think that like the fight scenes and stuff are really cool when we open. I am always a big fan of the trope of opening the superhero movie mid-mission, Open it with the action scene. We're mid-mission.
Like, this is exactly what we came for, yeah.
That's what I came for. Open it up with that. I do appreciate that. Rewatching this, seeing that they opened and went to this like convent, I was like, oh, You know, your girl Firebird probably there. I saw the nuns. So, like...
Another scene, another Easter egg they could have put in. Put the Mother Mexico in there. Diane Guerrero, pick up the phone.
I gotta Google who that is. I'm so bad.
It was like the pause. I knew you didn't know who it was. And I was like, wait. I can't agree yet. Like, I don't know.
I was like, I don't know who that is. I can't say she is.
She is from, remember she was from Orange is the New Black and Doom Patrol.
Oh.
I don't know if you watched either of those shows.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Is she not? Wait. Never mind.
Who are you looking at?
I think I'm looking at the wrong girl.
I'll send you a picture. It's fine.
Please do. She could. I guess she could be her. She was funny. She was funny in Orange is the New Black.
But again, the MCU is ageist, and she'll be in her 40s soon, so they might not call her either. You see, they do. Brought Charlize and it's clear, and we ain't seen her since.
That's because they're just not pumping these things out fast enough. Like, y'all need a better schedule. This isn't clicking. But I did enjoy in the beginning seeing all the fight scenes, like I said, opening up on a mission. The Sidewinder bit. What was up with that? It seemed like did they want to do something with the Serpent Society first? Or was this another stunt casting of, we have, what's his name? Giancarlo?
Yeah.
Giancarlo Esposito. And we want him to be a villain, so we might as well throw him in here somehow.
I do think he could have been somebody better than Sidewinder. But I did like their little fight scene, and it continued the trend of Sam kicking the hell out of people, which is always something I'm going to support. Because when he kicked that man in that chest, I was like, oh, I felt that.
Yeah, I did like all the kicks he did. I remember being at Comic-Con in Hall H when they brought Giancarlo out, and he revealed that he was going to be playing Sidewinder. He like made it this big thing, like, I'm going to be Sidewinder. And the whole crowd was like, who?
But that's also how I felt when that man who was in the third Guardians movie, the villain he played, the High Evolutionary, like when he and he was like walking around in the costume, and everybody was kind of like, everyone was like, who are you supposed to be?
They probably thought he was just some cosplayer. Like,
they were just like, what's going on here? Like, that's how I feel like people definitely reacted to the Sidewinder thing. He could have been somebody better, especially like in the Serpent Society. Like, I do like the Serpent Society a lot, and I think they need to come back. Sam does fight them a lot. We can get Asp and Black Mamba. It's always good to see those dolls. Not necessarily.
See, that's what I mean. I feel like if they could have just focused on that, they could have brought in Firebird and the Serpent Society.
Well, no shame. Like I'm pretty sure they thought they were going to get more than one movie.
Right.
Right. I'm pretty sure like these were like Easter eggs planting things to like move forward and like do some other stuff, and like we were going to get Captain America 5 and 6, and not they say, oh, actually this movie was just being on Steve Rogers again.
Actually, it's not even about Steve Rogers again. We don't know what it's about, but come see it because everybody gonna be in it.
That's true. Actually, like we don't know what it's going to be about, but everything's there. So yeah. I'm sure there were like a lot of thought processes, and like you said, they're not pumping things out quickly anymore. So it's like whatever plans we might have had probably have already been scrapped. They've been changed now, doing something else. They lost Jonathan Majors as Kang. We obviously had to rework things that was going on there. Like, it's just been a lot. Like, again, that's why I say I do think Sam has been treated poorly by the MCU, but it's not something that I necessarily like think is a Sam specific thing. It is just across the board. Like, it's been shaky.
How did you feel about the whole adamantium introduction and the way that they went about it?
Love that as well. Adamantium.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Me too.
Wolverine's coming. It's hot. Like Weapon X. Like, let's get it in there. The mutants are like great. And then it also answers the question.
I mostly meant like, about how did you feel about it coming from
The Eternal.
Like finding it on the celestial than them actually like, you know,
celestial thing. But that's what I was about to say. It also like tied back up that loose end about what everybody's been asking about Eternals and like what's going on with that celestial sitting in the water. Like
it did. That was a big question people had at the time. They were like,
here you go. This is what you wanted.
yeah.
Here's your plate.
And they gave you more. They said, not only are we saying what it's been doing since it's been here, here's what we found, which was the adamantium. I am not mad at it being like a celestial space metal. I also liked that they at least kept it being related to Japan by saying like the Japanese mining site is where they actually discovered the adamantium. Because of course, you know, Wolverine. But I do also think that's interesting then, because then like, you know, Weapon X somehow probably stole the adamantium from Japan.
It's the government.
There's that whole like stuff.
They probably showed it to them.
Okay, good. Here it is. Like, here. You want your song?
Actually,
yeah, this is how much we sell it for.
Don't you work for us? This is what you need to be using.
That's real. Yeah. But yeah, I thought that like kind of change was really cool. I thought the cameo from Bucky I remember being in the theater at the time and everyone in my theater gasped. Like they were gasped that. But yeah, I remember this because I was like, oh, why are y'all like, they were like genuinely like excited that Bucky showed up.
You know, it's so crazy to me. People really, really like Bucky in the MCU, but it's just like, that character journey really don't make no sense to me. I'm sorry.
I don't know
why. I don't know. But like they love him. I guess the arm is hot, and he did have he was in Winter Wig. That made an impact.
Mm-hmm. Like Winter Wig. He was. He was
the one.
Everybody in that movie kind of like they exploded from there.
Like it was hot. It's like actually, we might need to rewatch that again. I know I just rewatched it a couple weeks ago, but it's like it's one I always rewatch. Like
we actually are going to rewatch that as we come out of this and go into, you know, X-97. We're definitely going to be doing a rewatch of like the hit movies we got to hit as we prepare for Doomsday. You know, things are all coming to a head now. We got to rewatch the X-Men movies, the Fox X-Men movies. You know,
I don't know about that.
You know, it's
we'll see how I feel.
It's getting to be that time. We're coming up on that Doomsday. What did you think of the? I want to know if that one is still my favorite one out of all of them. I think it is.
I mean, it's definitely not Last Stand.
Yeah. Those rewatches are going to be fun. Anyway,
watch that again.
Oh, that's going to be fun. What did you think of the after credit scene in this movie?
Oh,
the leader so basically being like, oh yeah, incursions are coming. It's like they kind of just tacked that on at the end, in my opinion.
That's probably when they realized they wasn't getting another movie. They were like, we gotta let them know now. It was fine, whatever. Like I feel like that's just kind of what we've been waiting for anyway. So
yeah,
I don't really feel like a lot of the post-credit scenes have been hitting the way they used to.
No, these last few, and we'll definitely be talking about them now as we watch these next few movies. These last few have all felt like,
yeah.
You see it and you go, well, yeah, what else would you expect? Like,
it's like,
yeah, we already know what's coming.
It used to be a little bit more fun, a little bit more surprising. Just like now, I don't know.
I will never forget being in the movie theater and watching, was it Age of Ultron? No. A Thor movie, whichever one it was where the after credit scene was Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, and they like showed them like first joining. I remember being in the movie theater and that scene happened, and it showed the two of them, and I remember going, oh shit. And it was like this 10-year-old boy next to me. And I was like, oh, sorry. And his dad was next to him. And I was like, I'm sorry, I got excited. But that was like, how many movies ago now?
Yeah. It was, I'll never forget, like, yeah, there were some really good ones. I don't know. Sorry.
Hopefully they bring them back. What did you think of the Red Hulk as a villain, a reoccurring villain for Sam, and where do you want to see Sam go from here?
The Red Hulk thing I kind of don't get. Like, I feel like that is the one thing that they've really also gotten heavy with in the comics for synergy. But I also get it. Like, fighting a Hulk is always going to be effective.
It's fighting a Hulk. Yeah.
Like, it's fighting a Hulk. But, like, you can't keep making Bruce Banner the bad guy every 5 seconds. And, like, She-Hulk doesn't do that stuff enough for people to be fighting her. So it's like, the Red Hulk is here. Yeah, and then it's like the Red Hulk is with the government, who superheroes typically are opposing. So it's an easy way to kill two birds with one stone. So, like, I'm not necessarily mad at it. It's not necessarily my first choice, but I get it. As far as Sam in the future, I just hope to see him leading the Avengers. You know, okay. I hope to see Misty appear at some point. I would really like for them to have their on-screen romance. I think that is something that Sam just has not gotten with in the MCU, and like really kind of expanding his like just relationships with other women. I feel like, I know Mackie always said he wanted Sam and Black Widow to do something, which I don't necessarily think they needed to, but like when I was rewatching Winter Soldier, I did really like that scene where she pulled up to pick up Steve and like Sam kind of bent down and he was like, hey, how you doing? And she was like, hey. And it was just like, yeah, like let him flirt, let him be sexy with people because that's who he is. So I would like to see that. And then they've already like done the electronic Red Wing thing, but I would like to see just like an Easter egg with some type of birds, or him like around some birds, or like doing something with a lot of birds around. Just like, I think that could be fun. But
like some bird telepathy, or just him, you know, some scene with him flying with birds. And
I just think a scene with him flying with birds. I don't think they'll do the bird telepathy at this point. Like it's over. But just something like with him flying. But yeah, I think those are like very simple. I feel like, again, the MCU is kind of shaky right now. And then I truly feel like we're about to go into the mutant saga really heavy. So the Avengers, the saxophone's getting louder.
It really is.
It's been a fun 10 years.
You know, like, I think you only got 30 minutes, sister.
Like, shout out to everybody. I had a good time. It's been fun, but hey, I think the curtain's about to close. So, yeah.
That's going to be such an interesting transition because the X-Men are so popular and obviously now going to become the focus. But I've always wondered how things would, where the cards would fall once the X-Men did get introduced to the MCU, because sure, they are very popular, but the MCU characters did exist. Like, for example, Scarlet Witch has like blown up in popularity. Now, are those Scarlet Witch fans going to want to see more of Wanda, or are they going to switch over and want to see more mutants? Or, you know, are they going to be asking still
for Wanda?
Go ahead. Yeah, for Wanda. Like, are they still going to be asking for Wanda when the X-Men stuff are coming out?
Yeah, they're always going to ask for Wanda. Don't worry about that. But I was going to say, but you just have the aspect of like Wanda's existed for this entire time. Magneto's going to come soon. People are going to want to see Magneto and his sometimes kids. Like, but Wanda's already been here, so like, how are we going to do that? What's going to happen? It's going to be a very interesting time to see like how they do and how they adjust for some things.
Recasting? I don't know. We'll see.
Not according to Alexandra Shipp, but
watch her show up in Secret Wars and get the last laugh.
Get the last laugh. I cannot wait, actually.
Her white wig and get the last laugh. It'll be her last time for sure.
And they're gonna give her like bundles this time too. They're gonna say, "Oh, we're gonna give you like long hair." It's gonna be so mean and dark spirited, like
very nasty, like a big curly wig. That's like big. That would be
And Halle
nasty.
Berry will be sitting at home. It's gonna be like, what's going on?
Oh, goodness. You know what? Let's go ahead and wrap up here. Thank you so much for listening, y'all. You can find us anywhere you... Actually, wait. What would you rate the movie?
Oh, a 3.5, 3.5 for sure. Like,
okay, what was your fan? What's your fan vote, and what is your your fan rating and your movie rating?
And the movie is definitely 3.5. Like, I think there were a couple technical issues. There were some people who shouldn't have been in it. But overall, like, I had a decent time. Like, I thought it was good action. I would watch it again. Fan rating, I think I would kind of give it the same. Like,
okay.
I'm sorry, like all my critiques feel like very similar. I feel like obviously I really enjoyed like the Sam stuff, like that takes it up a notch for me, but it's still like there's still just some things I would have liked to seen him do in this movie that just still kind of take it down for me. It's really because that lady wasn't Misty. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am gonna have to go ahead and give it a 2.8 in both of them from the fan and the movie category.
Okay.
It's just okay. I didn't have that great of a time, but I did enjoy the action scenes sometimes. That's where it ends for me. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing him in Doomsday, though. Hopefully he has a better showing there.
If he's there.
Okay. Well, that does bring us to the end of the show. Please make sure you rate and subscribe us wherever you get your podcast. You can email us at anotherrelaunch@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter and most social media platforms at Another Relaunch. You can watch us on YouTube at Another Relaunch TV. You can find me on most social media platforms at UncannyLZ. Keenan, where can they find you?
You guys know you can find me at Keenan Lance. As always, there's an underscore at the end.
All right, y'all. Peace out. Let's get up out of here. We'll catch you next week.
Peace.
Bye.